Hey guys, how's it going? Matt here with another episode along the North American van life industry tour. Behind me is a company called Zamp. We have traveled a few places already. From Detroit we went to Arkansas, then Houston, then Phoenix, then San Diego, then Ventura, Victorville. Now we're up to the colder parts of the trip where I'm meeting with the crew from Zamp and we're gonna get some solar installed on this van. Right now I have a rack in order to store it. And I'm waiting for a gentleman by the name of Spencer that we're going to talk to about exactly what we need for the van in order to get it set up. Howdy.
How are you?
Is this okay?
Yeah.
Okay. How's it going?
Good.
Okay.
I'll do about
yeah.
Oh wow, look at that bumper.
Yeah, it's a beast. Yeah, I am glad that I missed the heavy snow. Actually, the tires, I'm working on BF Goodrich and Method to get the rims and the tires, and they're not quite ready yet. So I'm like, those tires got about, I don't know, like 30,000 miles on them.
Yes, we have our legacy line, Obsidian line, which is our newer line, the thinner profile frame with a thinner glass material. And then our portables, these are our new Obsidian Portables, which went from, being a massive, heavy, two legacies kind of briefcase together, easy to deploy.
Wow.
So this has been received very well in the industry just because it's so much easier than that. Actually, now we're using all ATP connections, so we're switching to everything. We used MC4 first with SAE, and now we use an ATP. This can either come with a charge controller that is magnetic and fits right here in front of the view window, and then allows you to go directly to a battery. But if you already have a charge controller in your vehicle, you can just plug this directly into that port. And so that was our big ticket item for 2021. And
how has the solar market been during the pandemic? Has it been good as people are trying to get off grid?
Exactly.
they're like, I want to unplug from this world.
Yeah, exactly.
Get me out of here.
Our family, we jumped in our motorhome and hit national parks.
Yeah.
So I think we hit like 17 national parks in 2020.
Awesome. Spencer and I have been talking for how long now? A couple of months? Yeah. I reached out to them as I was putting together the tour, and it worked out really well actually, cruising around and meeting Zamp at this point, because next I'm going to meet the Victron and we're going to sync everything together.
Cool.
So, what are these?
Oh, so these are our new power boxes. It's like a super high-end solar generator. So lithium batteries, Victron components. So it's like when you need a lot of power and it cannot fail. Yeah. We built these. Everyone has a Expion 360 lithium battery. This is our smallest unit. It's just 12 volt, but we have another unit that's our mid that kind of fits that way. That's a 120 amp hour battery. This one's 60, 120 amp, and then the other one, this long one below, is 240 amp hours.
I don't know if I told you, but some changes to my electrical system. We're going to 48 volts.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
We're actually working right now on some new higher voltage panels.
Okay.
As of a couple weeks ago.
Perfect.
The new Jayoe terrain is going to have a 48 volt system.
Oh, okay.
Winnebago has a.
They say 48 volts. That's staying ahead of the curve because everybody's kind of going to that.
Yeah, it's definitely more efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're converting, the 48 volts to 120, less loss.
Yeah.
This is what we like to see. A lot of aluminum.
Were you waiting for it?
Yeah, that's been the toughest piece to get lately.
Where is it coming from? I mean, what's
Washington?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So not too far.
Yeah,
but still. The solar cells are being laser cut and then put into whatever configuration we're looking for. So we'll cut the cells and wire them together to get certain voltages.
Okay.
So for like your 48 volt system, we're gonna try to get a very high voltage panel over 48 volts. Typically I think it's between like 60 and 80, whatever your controller is gonna be able to take in.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to cut the cells and put the cells in a configuration to increase that voltage. So you'll be still running at you know, the normal amps, but your voltage will be way higher.
So they're burning the cells onto the substrate.
Correct.
So these are pieces of solar cell that were damaged, and so they're not being used throughout, but so incredibly thin. It's amazing that these little pieces of wafers can harness the power of the sun to charge this camera right here, or a laptop. Pretty incredible. And it's very, very brittle. So the process of making a solar panel is pretty interesting. The wafers are soldered together here. And when they're soldered together, they're very, very brittle. So you need to make them more strong. So then they're laid out on these tables and then soldered together as two-part panels, or depending on how you solder them together, they can deliver different voltages. But they lay them out and then they sandwich them between some pieces of this black, I think it's like a plastic, and then they're sent into these ovens, and then the oven bakes them until the glass, the plastic, and the wafers are basically solidified into these panels. And then the panels are framed out and then wired up and then, you know, packaged up and ready to go. As the cells improve, the process improves. I mean, here we've got one of the legacy panels here. That they have these legacy panels everywhere. As a matter of fact, they have tabletops here. They have furniture, solar panel furniture. You should go on SB. What's that? That website? Solar panel stuff. Etsy. Okay, so this one's already been sandwiched. You got glass on top, then you got that black on the bottom, and then the wafer is sandwiched in between. And then after that, they're sent to the testing area. They get flash tested to make sure that the voltages and all the power outages are correct. And then they get sent out. How did like that 25-year warranty come to be? I mean,
when we started producing here in this factory, we were able to control our production.
Yeah.
You know, typically a solar cell will produce 80 to 90% of its rated capacity over 25 years. And that came from the industrial and the commercial side of solar manufacturing. And so we were able to use some high quality cells, high quality manufacturing processes, which allows us to keep that warranty in place.
So what would it cover? I mean, obviously if a rock falls on it, it cracks. I mean, that's not covered under warranty, is it?
No, that would be a use case.
Yeah.
So
just defect.
Correct, yeah.
So you'd come in if there was some drastic reduction in voltage or
Correct.
some drastic flaw, you would say, okay, we can cover that.
Yes, it's an output warranty.
Okay.
So
output warranty.
We guarantee that it's going to have this output or a percentage of the rated output for a certain number of years.
25 years, that's a long time.
So like,
how long do people own solar panels before they upgrade them? I mean, the technology is going to run out before that.
Exactly.
Before the 25 years.
And even after 25 years, it's still going to run.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to see some commercial and residential solar panels that are being sold on the market used, where they've been pulled off a house after 10 years because they didn't hit their rated capacity. So they re-sticker them with a lower capacity and resell them as used panels.
Oh, and they fulfill that capacity, it's just a lesser one.
So this top layer is the glass. Okay. And then you have your solar cells encapsulated into the backing material on the back side. So this machine is going to test the panel.
Okay.
We test every single panel that goes through the line, and we sticker it if it passed our stringent requirements of producing over the rated capacity. This is how we brand our frames.
Oh.
With a subtle laser.
Ooh, yeah, if you guys want to check it out, you have to wear glasses.
You have more glasses?
I do.
Oh wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Special laser glasses?
Special laser glasses.
It's actually way nicer than
Oh wow, yeah, these are quite nice.
Set it up there like so.
This is our aluminum shop.
Okay.
So we have a custom extrusion. So these are all Obsidian aluminum frames. We'll get the bare frames, send them off for anodizing, and then we'll bring them in here and cut them to spec.
How long was the Obsidian panel project in process before the product came out? I mean, how much R&D were you doing?
Yeah, a few years.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah, we'd been testing different frames, different glasses, trying to figure out what will, outlast our 25-year warranty.
Okay.
And then we were able to, kind of engineer it down to a product that we felt comfortable with.
Were those the parameters, the goals? Like you're looking at your legacy panel and you're like, I want to innovate something new.
The main thing is quality.
Yeah.
So we want a panel to, exceed our warranty.
Okay.
And then from there, it was developing a lighter weight, thinner panel, profile panel. If we can increase fuel economy just a little bit on everything we make, that is going to be awesome. All those things kind of came together, and we've come out with, the Obsidian panel, and I think everything will start to go that way. There's still a big market for our legacy panels. We still sell quite a few of those a year, and it's still our hottest seller, even though the Obsidian is our sexier panel. And then this portion over here is where they package and build wiring harnesses. So we do all of our own wiring harnesses. The wire actually comes fairly local. I think that's near Portland, Oregon. The more stuff we can source locally, the better for us.
Sure.
You decrease transportation. You make it a community because it's easy to go visit your suppliers.
And it's made in USA.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
a nice thing to say,
Yeah, I think we're one of the only, domestic manufacturers of off-grid solar in the United States. A lot of commercial and residential solar is produced in the United States, but it's hard for these panels that we do so many different sizes. Most commercial plants are doing one size of panel. It's so easy, it's all robotic, but for us, doing a 25 watt panel like what's in these boxes, and then switching gears and doing a 170 watt panel. Most solar manufacturers aren't doing things like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for them to scale like that.
You got to be versatile and a little bit more shuck and jiving.
How's it going?
Good, how are you guys?
Good.
Get a good tour?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, this is our long-term testing laboratory.
How long have these been out for?
Years. No idea how long.
Yeah. I mean, the difference between the legacy model and the Obsidian is just night and day.
Yeah.
These are the low profile mounts.
Yes.
So this is what I'll be getting.
Yes. Yeah, so it's all going to be quick release too. So there's always a nut on top that you could take off, and you could pull the panel off and leave the mounts on.
Okay.
But basically, instead of a screw through that mount, you're going to have like a bolt that'll go through it and then go into your track.
Okay.
And then these on the back side of the frame. So all of our panels have an Omni frame, so you can mount wherever you want. Everybody else has, they like drill through the frame to mount, but we're like, we have a frame, let's make it a track.
Yeah.
So that we can create a very strong mounting surface along the whole frame.
Yeah. So these are employee vehicles, or just?
Yeah. Yeah, these are all. We camp a lot.
Man, there's a lot of real estate for the solar on top of those things. A lot more than my van.
Fifth wheels, it's insane.
This is the bummer about marketing solar panels. Once they're up, you never see them.
You need a drone. You need a drone.
Basically every RV that you get now will have some sort of solar port mounted on the outside somewhere to plug a portable in like you have. But yeah,
Cool.
on the roof, they're just up there.
Chilling out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is the house. This is not a van. This is a complex. This is bigger than most people in China's apartment, like by a lot. Trust me, I know. I don't know, your travel options are a little bit more limited.
Yeah.
When you're pulling that thing around. I could pull my van up to a Starbucks drive-through in most cases. But there's freedom involved in that too. You can leave your house behind and then take the forward section wherever.
Exactly. Cool, cool. Oh, nice. Got a little box in there.
Yeah, Blue Eddie called me and was like, you want one of these?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yes, I will take it.
Here was the old solar charge controller.
Okay.
He had a couple of panels up, but
Yeah, just the MC4.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll utilize that for the new box.
Yep.
And then anything else up here?
I'm gonna have a deck wrapped around the Max Air fan.
Okay. That'll
So-
just go like halfway.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Put a fair amount of solar on the roof, or whatever we'll need to push the 48 volt system.
Yeah.
Then the rest I was just going to use for decking.
Okay. So that would put us there.
Yep.
So
All of these rails can shift
Yeah.
up and down.
Okay. And then we're good. So I think we can fit 2 of those.
Okay.
Those big ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is what I'm trying to convince everybody to do. I think 2 of those 170 watt high voltage panels with the 48 volt system will be great.
Perfect. Most solar panels, if they get direct sunlight on the entire panel, then they'll be charging. But if there's like a tree or some sort of shade block, you'll end up like the whole panel, right? In some cases?
Yes, it depends on the cell.
But they have this shade protection, which allows, like, what does that mean though? Does that mean that 50% of the panel can cover and it'll still put out some power, or?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get power, which is an issue for van life.
Yeah. You
Sure.
want to squeeze as much out as you
You know,
can.
even people that have panels on the roof with an air conditioner or a vent that's open, that'll shade your panel. And so, people will call and say, my solar's not working. And, I'm only getting 13 watts on a 100 watt panel. And you look at a picture of it and there's a giant shade from their vent that's open.
Or a
half the
kayak.
panel.
I've seen some people with a kayak, and then their whole panel goes void. So what now?
Let's go check out the distribution center.
Sure.
We'll
Let's go.
see where we ship everything.
Okay.
So we'll have to drive over there.
Can we get a coffee on the way? All right.
Sounds amazing.
Thanks, sir. Bye. On to the distribution center.
It's close. These guys are super mellow. People don't come visit them. Yeah, so here's where we store everything.
All right.
In and out for the most part.
Yeah. It's not here for long.
So we get it in and then
Wow.
palletize it and ship it out.
Cool.
And this is this is awesome right now. Usually we have stuff in the aisleways.
Nice.
Pretty crazy.
These are always interesting, the distribution center. This is where all the final product sits before it gets sent out to all over the United States, all over North America. How many people's solar dreams are going to come true with a box that's sitting alongside me right now? That's a lot of solar power. All sorts of panels. These are square, small, and then you have these portable kits. They're actually going to let me have a portable kit to use, which will help to power my Blue Eddy and be something I can set up next to the van. Is that bent?
Yeah.
Somebody sit on that?
I was testing that whole engineering. They for sure
On purpose.
put this on some sort of tool to see when it bends. And then I'm guessing they test. So
Yeah.
typically what they'll do is figure out like how far can we go before it doesn't work
Before it
anymore.
doesn't work anymore. Can it take a bend?
No.
No.
Every single flex you get is a micro crack in the solar cell. And
Oh.
so you're losing two things. You're losing the longevity of the life,
Yep.
and you are also going to lose efficiency.
Huh.
So yeah, it's not
So
great,
don't bend it.
don't bend it, yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great. So if we can get 2 to 4 of these higher voltage 100-watt Obsidian panels on the roof, you're gonna be able to produce the power you need.
Yeah.
But also because of their smaller width, you should be able to have some good walking room. We could do 300 in front, and then you're good.
Yeah, and then just
And then if you want more,
And then this could be a walk. I could put a chair up here, look out in front, fly the drone, go back here, that could be fantastic.
I would love to have 4.
Yeah.
If we can do it.
At least
400 watts would be
I would like that.
great. But I think these are going to fit well.
Perfect.
Yep. We'll do a low profile mount, so it won't be much.
Yeah.
But this is 21, and then this whole thing is 60 inches, so yeah.
Awesome. I feel it's awesome. Like, this whole tour has been really neat because every step of the way, it's like things are starting to take more and more shape.
Where are we going? Your ways?
Yeah. We could go to 10 Barrel. We could do something else. I have not been to Crux in a long time.
I haven't been to Crux for a long time either.
So what's the good beer?
We're known for our pale ales because most of the hops for the United States are grown in Oregon.
Okay.
So the Cascade hop is from here.
All right, guys, so we are finishing up here at Zamp. This visit is what I'm calling phase 1. Phase 1 is involving understanding the brand, getting a tour of the place, setting up what I need as far as my van based on what the engineers here say. I'm gonna go from here to Washington and work with just roaming design. I'm gonna pick up my electrical components, my batteries and everything. Then I'm gonna take everything back to Detroit, build my interior, lay in all the electronics the way that I need them laid in, and then I will come back to Washington to get everything flicked on. Victron wants to make sure that they actually turn it all on, and they can't turn it all on until I build the interior where all of the components are going to be housed. And then Zamp also has an opportunity to tweak the panels that they're going to provide for me, and so their engineers are going to figure out if I need 4 or 5 panels and layout. They'll send them to me later. So we might be getting them in Detroit, we might be getting them in Washington. At least I can build in the fixture for the roof that everything's going to wire through, which I'll be taking home with me. I'll also be taking home a couple of other things. And obviously the most important thing is to have the proper headwear. That's the most important thing with regards to doing all this van life stuff is headwear. That's so, it's good to go. Zamp. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna head out here. We're gonna go to Washington, and thanks to Zamp Solar for giving me the tour of the facility. It's very, very cool. But like, subscribe, share, comment. The next episodes will be about electronics, wiring up the electronics, checking out the batteries, understanding your electronic system. There might be some fun stuff before that episode comes out with regards to meeting some friends in Portland. And yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. So take it easy. We'll check you out later. And yeah, Zamp Solar, pretty neat. Made in America solar panels.
Like, there goes all my promotional beer.
Zamp Solar, is it good?
Yeah, it's a worthy IPA. It's pretty good.